Well, hello, good boys. It's Coach Apollo here to answer your questions that you sent me, and I'm really excited to get to tell you a little bit more about hypno and my journey. So, starting out with the first question, my favorite hypno experience or session as the Dom. I've had a few where a sub really gets into my jockification headspace that I give them, and when they really take that on and I see that energy, that aggression, and that drive and that horniness, that really just gets me going. That really excites me, and I love seeing that, and I love hearing the subs results when they go to the gym afterwards and how good they feel. Really makes me happy as a test. As a sub, I've definitely had one or two experiences where it's just the emotional release, just feeling good and feeling good about myself. And those are always, the horny experiences are fun too, but those, when you really get deep into your feelings, can be really fantastic and refreshing. My favorite thing to do with a hypnotized pup, I really enjoy getting them down into pup space and just letting them run free, giving them imagery of being like in a field, feeling the sun, just like perfect day imagery, and letting them get that puppy energy, that puppy feeling and release. That's just fantastic. And, whenever I get them in that space, just seeing their reaction, you'll see their hands and feet move just like a puppy having a little puppy dream running through the field, and that's just fantastic, and they feel great afterwards. So I love doing that with pups. Have you ever tried brainwashing before, rewriting part of a guy's personality or changing something about him long term? So I guess this would fit into jockification, because my jockification file does give the sub long-term confidence. And I say sub, it's my original one is an alpha jockification file. So my belief is you don't have to be a sub to go under, but subject, it does give that subject long-term confidence and just feeling himself and wanting to flex in mirrors and things like that. And so, yeah, I've seen that play out. I saw it play out myself when I made that file for myself, and I've seen it play out in other subs, and it works really well. And it's all about getting that headspace right. What do you do to hypnotize your subjects, and how do you choose them? So, I'm not sure I really choose my subjects as much as they choose me. I always tend to have sessions with subs who are more engaged and more excited and have ideas and have things they want to try. To get them hypnotized, it really depends upon the subject. Some you can get down better with like imagery. Some you can get down better with just commanding if they're already very submissive. It just depends upon the subject, and any good hypnotist should be adjusting their style for the subject, because it's just going to make the experience better. What are your thoughts on linking other kinks, like making a pup's food fetish trigger pup space? I think that was supposed to say foot. So, yeah, I mean, that sounds like two questions. So you can, of course, have a trigger be anything you want, because it's your brain, it's your mind. So you could trigger pup space by having a foot fetish. Whenever someone puts their foot on your face, then you automatically go into pup space. Linking other kinks, it's definitely possible to do like hypno bondage and hypnotic flogging. And really the key on that is that the subject has to know what that sensation feels like. They have to know how that feels so that I can bring that back for them. But I have done that before, and I've had a subject just tied up where he couldn't move just hypnotically, and then I played with them and made the rope feel tingly and did all kinds of fun things with that. So it's easy to link other kinks. Do I do any kind of hypnotic audio or video requests? Of course, compensated. Yeah. I mean, I have a day job and I have a lot of stuff going on because of that, and requests from subs and everything else. Seeing that compensation would kind of help me justify the time. Definitely I could do some of those audio or video requests. Just send me a DM and we'll talk about what you're looking for. Can I worship you? Yes. You may want to go to my Cashmaster Twitter. It's in my bio, and I keep my harder, more worship type things there. Are you currently accepting subjects, and if so, are your DMs open? So I've got a lot of subs I'm committed to right now already, and my other time commitments, my work and everything else. And so I'm not really accepting other subs, but I am happy to chat. So if you want to send me a message, I'm cool with that. I just can't promise that we'll have a session right away or anything like that. Are you planning on adding more files to your SoundCloud? Asking for a friend, drool. Yes, I am planning on adding more files. Definitely. Let me know what files you'd like to see. I'm open to ideas. I've had ideas on a jock gym loop and an arousal file and just all kinds of fun stuff. So hit me up, let me know what you want to see, and I'll see if I can get that going for you. Do you have any freeze or time stop videos? Not yet, but as I get better and I get some better equipment to take video and get some local subs, then hopefully I'll have more video content and it'll be fantastic. I'm so excited to show you guys, to share with you all the fun things that we can do with Hypno. What got you into Hypno, and how did you become a tist? Would love to hear about that journey progression. So back 10, 12 years ago, I started listening to files in order to get gym motivation. And I listened to those for a while. And then a few years later, I really wanted to focus on certain things, and I wanted to make files that were tuned for what I was looking for. I know the dumbing down was one of the things I wasn't a huge fan of that was in almost every file. And so I started making my own files based on kind of what I could feel from the other files and things that I knew brought me into a trance, and headspaces and trances that I had already experienced on my own. The end result, after a few attempts and playing around with that, was my jockification file that's on SoundCloud right now. And then about a year ago, I became a pup, but I wanted to explore a deeper headspace, pup headspace. And so I turned back to Hypno again, but this time I read a ton of books about it and studied and practiced with subjects and practiced with other tists in order to just get as good as I possibly could at it. Once I realized that it was an actual kink of its own. And so I've really focused on that. And I feel like I've gotten pretty good at it. And so now here I am just exploring and sharing that kink, and really trying to expand the Hypno kink community in my local area and, worldwide too. So that's all the questions I've got. If you have any more questions, feel free to send me a DM. Feel free to comment and ask whatever you'd like. And I hope that this video was informative and you'll be excited about more Hypno Kink.